Paddling is for fitness, challenge, relaxation, or simply to get you into beautiful places. But do you know how to paddle safely so things don't go wrong? Let's look at some key ways you can paddle safely so you can enjoy your paddling feeling confident and secure. In this safety video, we'll look at these key topics: life jackets, being seen, boating rules, equipment, planning your trip to suit the conditions, and knowing your limits. One of your most important pieces of equipment is your life jacket. It needs to be correctly fitted so it doesn't float up over your head should you capsize. A correctly fitted life jacket supports your body upright and allows you to recover or wait for rescue. Wear your life jacket. Don't leave it in the boat like this paddler has, because accidents can and do happen. If you capsize, your life jacket is no use to you if it's in the boat. Without a life jacket, you can waste a lot of energy to stay afloat, and this can quickly become life-threatening. Compare a paddler wearing a life jacket in a similar situation. A life jacket helps prevent you panicking, so you can regain your composure and recover more easily. Check out the difference between these kayaks. Which are easier to see? The clothing and equipment you choose makes a big difference to how visible you are to others. Put yourself in the skipper's seat of a powerboat. The kayak on the left is much more visible. And in glary conditions or when the sun is low on the water, be aware how hard it is for a boat skipper to see you. At night or dusk, make sure you have lights. You must display a white light or torch sufficiently to show others where you are and to avoid a collision. You want to be able to be seen from every direction. See how the brighter lights really stand out? Paddlers have to share the waterways with much bigger and more powerful craft. Do you know how to navigate waterways safely? It's up to everyone to be safe and avoid a collision. What side do you pass another boat on? Unlike the road, on the water you should keep to the right of the waterway, starboard, wherever possible. Stick to the shorelines where you can to avoid other craft. What if you need to cross? Pick the narrowest point to cross and choose a starting point where you can see clearly in both directions. As you cross, stick together as a group and keep a lookout. Navigation markers are used to show craft where they can safely navigate harbours and protected waters. Channels are marked by green starboard markers on the right and red port markers on the left as you go upstream. Where possible, try to paddle outside of these channels, like these paddlers are, to keep out of the way of other boats. If you have to paddle in the channel, stay to the right-hand side and keep close to the edge. Always avoid the middle of the channel. At other times, it might be safest to stay closer to the shore even if it means being on the left-hand side of the channel. Do you know where the shipping lanes are? Have you any idea how fast large vessels can travel? You could never out-paddle this ship. So avoid commercial traffic. know where the shipping lanes are and paddle clear of them. If you need to cross a shipping lane, you can't assume you will be seen. Wait till it's safe to cross and always cross well behind larger craft. Keep well clear of the boat wash. Kayaks and canoes should give way to any craft under sail. Always aim to cross behind other craft. When you choose your craft and equipment, make sure it suits your abilities and experience. This will depend on your fitness, your level of skills, where you plan to go and who with. In addition to your life jacket, take plenty of water and food, shoes, and spare clothing to suit the conditions. Take a helmet if going into moving water, such as surf or rapids. If going into open water, a paddle leash or leg leash can save you losing your paddle or kayak. Take a mobile phone with you in a waterproof case. A whistle to attract attention can also be handy. And don't forget your sun protection. Keep your equipment well maintained and check it's all in good working order before you go. If your kayak has an open cockpit, do you have enough buoyancy? Test your craft in shallow waters to find out what happens when it's full of water. Consider adding extra buoyancy. And something to pump out with. If going offshore, consider a waterproof handheld VHF radio for communications and weather updates. Offshore, you might also carry an EPIRB or personal locator beacon which gives your exact location in case of an emergency rescue. Take care when lifting and carrying to avoid injury. When transporting kayaks on your car, make sure they are centred and securely strapped. Under road rules, if they overhang by over a metre, you'll need to tie a red flag or rag to the end. Being prepared and having the right equipment means you can enjoy your paddling with confidence. Before you set out, check the weather, especially the wind direction, tides, swell, any flood warnings, and plan your trip around the conditions. Always tell someone where you're going and when you expect to return. Know what wind strength you can handle, depending on where you plan to go. And remember that conditions can change rapidly. Even flat water can quickly become wind affected, especially large open bodies of water. At sea, swell can add to the wind waves. Take tide and current into account when planning your trip. Tides change around every 6 hours or so. Changes in tides affect sea and river conditions. Low tides can expose hidden hazards such as rocks and oysters. Take particular care with bars. It's always safest to cross a bar at slack tide, which occurs at the turn of the tide. An outgoing tide can be extremely difficult to paddle against, and you could get caught out unable to get back. The waves at a bar at low tide get steeper and more challenging. If you are paddling on a freshwater river, check the current rain forecasts and river conditions. Moving waters in rivers are dangerous at any time, as they wash down debris and disguise hazards such as fences or submerged objects. Trees, logs and bridges can be very hazardous, especially in high water. Don't paddle or try to wade through floodwaters. People have drowned this way. It's all about paddling within your limits, and that includes your craft, your experience, the conditions on the day, and your level of skills. Taking lessons improves your skills and confidence. Be realistic about your fitness and capabilities. Know your own strengths and weaknesses, and those of the others in the group. Don't travel too far and save strength for the return journey. Conditions might be harder on the way home. Learn about what you can do to get yourself out of trouble if you capsize. There are many ways you can rescue yourself, and practice makes perfect. Take some lessons in how to rescue others. It is safer to paddle in a group, and so long as you stay close by, you can assist each other. If you stick within your own limits, you'll enjoy your paddling more. Here's some of the key points for safe and enjoyable paddling. Wear a life jacket. Be seen, be safe. Know the boating rules. Pass to the right. Stick to the shorelines. Keep a lookout and cross safely. Keep your equipment maintained. Plan your trip around the conditions of the day. Learn skills to make yourself safe. Keep safe and have fun paddling.